Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about some of my favourite music related pieces that I've collected over the years. Really excited about this video actually. I get to share some of the stuff I love with you and hopefully you'll like some of it too. So first of all, I think it has to be my favourite record design I've ever seen. Certainly one I've ever seen and owned. It's by Blood Records. I think it was one of their first ones they did now. It's been a while, but it's called Black Honey. And the concept for this is genius because this is in fact a dartboard. So down here you can see all the scores and stuff, and on this side it's hand signed by the band. But it gets better because inside is you have the Black Honey image, but most impressive then is it's the dartboard. I just think that is such a genius piece of design and I love it. It is my fave by a long shot. So yes, thought I'd share that one with you. Blood Records are next level. Now, another favourite of mine is this design by Apollo Junction. I believe it was the Indies variant. I got mine from the always awesome Wax and Beans. It's a fully signed copy. Da, da, da. And the vinyl is something else. So basically, this is side A and this is side B. They're different colours. I don't really know how they've done it. Really dropped that, didn't I? Don't really know how they've done it, but I love it. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was pressed by Press on Vinyl, who I visited up in the north, who are a great record pressing plant and so kind and friendly and helpful. I loved my visit there. I was so welcoming. Next, I actually confess I bought every variant of this record. I think there was 2 or 3 store variants. I think there was a hologram variant, and I think there was a red variant on the store, which was like a gatefold. Anyway, this was the Blood Records variant. The artwork's the same, but the disc, I think this is the best example of a disc I've seen that is liquid filled and splatter at the same time. I could play with this for hours. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So yes, Blood Records, if you've not checked out Blood Records, they always drop in incredible releases like that. So yes, that and the Black Honey one were by Blood Records. I would go and check them out. Now, slightly different direction here. I have, and I love it because it's my favourite band in the whole wide world. I first discovered them in 1993 and they formed, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in 1989 and went through various early lineups. And to be honest, went through continued lineup changes over the years since. But however, the first recorded performance by the lineup was Ginger, Danny, CJ and Bam. And I have copy of their first ever promo one track. I think it's essentially a white label, even though it's got the heart on it from the thing. Yeah. Now, this release, oh, it's getting caught on the card. Standard. Does anyone else have these problems? I'm sure we all do. There we go. So I'll take it out the sleeve actually so you can see it a bit better. Now, the thing that makes this release even more special to me is it came with the promo letter introducing the band. It's the first thing ever. I won't read it all, but basically it says the Wildhearts are, by popular opinion, the most exciting British rock band of the last few years, and here's your chance to see why. Then it goes on to introduce Ginger, CJ, Danny, and Bam. It did. I didn't think it did. They are the bastard offspring of 70s power pop and 80s power metal. Part Beatles, part Metallica, and large part punk attitude. There was also, he says, enclosed, also find a couple of extraordinarily tasteful Valentine's Day cards carrying the EP artwork. So yeah, that was the EP artwork. So it didn't come, the Valentine's cards have obviously been sent to someone or some people, because I could not hunt that down, but I'm very fortunate to have this, so I'm very grateful. And that press release was from the 23rd of March 1992. So even before I knew of them. And I've managed to get it signed so far by Ginger, Danny and CJ. Just Bam to go. So Bam, if you're listening out there in LA, I think that's where you are. I'm looking for your signature, mate, on a few things. Next, I have another Wildhearts release. And it's my favourite for a different reason. It's actually an unofficial release. It's Anarchic Airwaves live at the BBC. It's basically a bastard compilation of different BBC recordings put into essentially a concert format. So what it means is there are tracks from multiple lineups across the years that this was plucked from, which are 1993, 1994 and 1996. And as you can see, there is a number of signatures on there because I had decided to get the signatures of everyone who's on the record regardless of lineup. So on here we have Ginger, Danny, CJ and Rich, which was the classic lineup. Also Willie Dowling, he played keyboards for a while. And thanks to my friend Gary, I've now got Devin Townsend on there because he replaced CJ for a while. A brief while, a few live appearances. So I have Devin's on there. I just need Jeff Haitley, as far as I'm aware, based on those years. Not Jeff Haitley, Jeff Stretfield. I always get the Jeffs mixed up because Jeff Haitley's from Tamworth. And he also played in the Wildhearts briefly. Well, he played for one video. He didn't play, he was in a video replacing CJ with a bag on his head. So thanks Jeff Haitley, you got a shout out there. But he didn't play on this album. But Jeff Stretfield did, and Jeff is one of the last members I need to get across a handful of things. Next, this is a bit of a personal one because I discovered Guns N' Roses back in the early 90s, probably around the same sort of year. I was young, so I was only about 15, maybe 93, maybe a bit before that. I think it was a bit before that, probably 91 to be truthful. But pretty much on me discovering Guns N' Roses or becoming aware of who they were and who was in the band exactly. Stephen and Izzy had long since gone. And Gilby Clarke took over Izzy's role. So I always knew Gilby in the lineup, and I loved Gilby. I thought he was all sorts of cool, and he still is. He still is. Ironically, when I went to see them at Milton Keynes Bowl in 1993, Gilby had fell off his motorbike or had a motorbike accident and broke his hand. So I didn't get to see Gilby. I believe he was there on the second night, just doing backing vocals or something, but he certainly wasn't there on the first, to my recollection at least. So they had to find someone to stand in for Gilby. And who else better than Izzy Stradlin? So I got to see Izzy. I got to see Izzy, Duff / Axel, Matt Sorum, who is now on drums instead of Stephen Adler, Dizzy Reed, who is now in the band, Tracy and Roberta, and Teddy Zigzag Andreas. Still one of the best concerts I've ever been to, if not the best concert I ever went to. Yeah, can't beat it. But Gilby, upon leaving Guns N' Roses, released, I don't know if he'd left or it was just before he left, but he did his solo album, Pawn Shop Guitars, which is amazing. And I was fortunate enough to meet him a couple of years back. Was it last year? It might have been last year. Time flies, I lose all track of time and space. I think it was last year. I think it was about November last year. I met Gilby Clarke and he signed it. No, it was 2 years ago. It says 24 on there, so there you go. That's how good my memory is. 2 years ago I met Gilby Clarke and he signed it, and what a nice guy. What an awesome, awesome, awesome guy. We waited outside the venue, not for too long, and he came about 2 o'clock. We got there about midday, I think. And he gets out, comes straight over to us, has a chat, signed a bunch of stuff for us, took photos, had a chat with us, as I say. Top guy, top guy. Love that, that's really personal to me. Now, I love this next artist. They were fairly new to me, well they were new to me when I discovered this album. I wish I'd known of them before because I think it was their EP they released prior to this is worth a small fortune now, and I don't have it. I want it. I want it. Anyway, it's Ashnikko. Now, I've collected all the variants of this album, even though it's the same record. It was, I'm sure it was Weed Killer. Yes, it was. The album's called Weed Killer and there's a track called Weed Killer, that's right. And I love this album. It's great, but the artwork across these variants is incredible. This first one is from Blood Records, and it's amazing. I think the variant is quite simple on this. I think it's just a red vinyl. It is, but it's the metallic and etched, embossed cover that's the beauty. And I'm very proud to say I have the first one of 750. I don't know if you can see that just there, but yeah. Number 1 of 750, so love that. Part of the same series, she did different covers like this. I think one day I might have to frame all these as a collection. There's this one. And I think this is my favourite artwork across the lot, is the Indies alternate variant. And I have a personally signed copy. Now, I didn't actually meet her, sadly, but I got this from Banquet Records. So shout out to Banquet Records for that. It's awesome, I love it. Now, I mentioned in my first video that I got Michael Monroe's latest video with the eye. Well, I also mentioned this, and this was the first record he did again after Hanoi Rocks had reformed. He went back to Michael Monroe and did this. And it features no other than a certain Ginger Wildheart, He wrote a fair number of these songs, if I'm not mistaken, and was only in it for this one album. But when they played at KK Still Mill, I think it was last year or the year before, I got it signed by the whole band. I got Ginger independently prior to that, because I know Ginger, and I've hassled the man for many signatures prior to this one. So yeah. Next up, I have another one that I bought from Banquet Records, and as it turns out, it nearly didn't get to me. They posted it and it didn't turn up. And I was really good. Not knowing how it would look, I was still gutted because I really wanted the record. And it turned out it had been mailed back to them. Not sure what happened there, but they did mail it out because they're awesome like that. And this is Beabadoobee, and it's personally signed to Mark. And this is one of my favourites because it's just such a nice, clear, big, bold signature on beautiful artwork. You know? Yeah, I love that. I really love that. There's not a lot to write home about. It's just a standard red vinyl. There's nothing standard, but it is standard red vinyl. But I just think that's a particularly nice example of a signature. Equally, I went to see Wendy James at the recording studio for her last solo album, and took a bunch of stuff with me, which she very kindly signed. She's lovely. Had a great chat with her. So nice to see her work and just hang out. And she signed this record, which for me came out as one of the best because I took a white pen, she signed it in white pen, and it looks like graffiti on the wall behind her, which I absolutely adore. And she actually said how much she liked the fact it looked like that too. So yeah, Wendy James. Next, I have a box set of Guns N' Roses. It's the Use Your Illusion albums. There's been lots of different releases of this. I have a full-on big box set with 12 vinyl, I think it is, and stuff. But I actually ordered this one first, which is just a slipcase. And it's double-sided. It's like a holographic. It's not holographic, but it's a metallic plastic of the album covers. If you noticed, I don't like to take mine out of the plastic if I can help it. I like to preserve it from fingerprints as much as I can and keep the hype stickers in their place. Plus I don't need to take it out because the albums slide out like so. The funny thing is, I think this album has probably ended up more limited than the limited one. I don't know actually. I just know that it sold out almost immediately and I haven't really seen it since. But it's in a nice heavyweight jacket. The jacket's gorgeous. But the thing I love about both of these, you've got Illusion 2, you've got Illusion 1. No, the wrong way around, didn't they? Should be like that. Haha. But what I love about these, and no other variant is like this. I've never seen this before, and this is what makes it special to me. I was going to show you then, but I'll get on both out. So this is Use Your Illusion 1. Oh. We have a yellow disc. And we have a red disc. So I think you can guess what is coming next with Use Your Illusion 2. I'd be surprised if you can't. I'll put that back in a bit. Illusion 2. Is the blue disc. It's a slightly different blue to what I thought. Slightly different blue. And dun dun dun. Purple disc. So I've not seen any other variant utilise that, and I'm baffled really as to why, because it's awesome. But there you go, I think that's amazing. Next, I have probably one of my favourites. It's really personal to me, this one is. It's another Wildhearts and another lineup. It's fully signed by the band, Ginger, CJ, Rich, and the sadly late Scott Sorry, who passed last year on his birthday of all days. So that's the outer box for it. Then inside we have a booklet, a booklet and stickers apparently, which I'd forgotten about. There's the sticker sheet. A booklet. What else is this? Lots of stuff falling out. Signed something or other. 2009. I'll show you that properly. I don't think I showed you properly. That was signed, printed signed. So we have the booklet. Then we have, they released, let me get this correct, it's on the back. No, it's not on the back. It's on the back of these ones, clearly. That's right. So there's the full-on album, which I then got signed inside on the photo by all involved. And there's the rehearsal demos, fully signed, and the Verpi demos. So different variations and early recordings of what became Chutzpah, which is an incredible album and particularly special to me because of one of the members sadly no longer being with us now, and I have this for posterity. It's very funky to put back in. You have to put it in a piece at a time. There we go. Much better to do these things one at a time, isn't it? So that's that. Then I think this is my favourite album ever. I know not everyone will have heard of them. I know not everyone will agree, but for me, it is my favourite album because there's not one bad track on it, and I can't stop listening to it, and I own more copies of it than I care to admit. But for me, the best variant of this was the Dinked edition. So this is the album. I'll get all the pieces out. It's Sniff More Gritty by Du Blonde. And the Dinked edition was just incredible value for money. It was about £25. And it came with, first of all, the album. I've had all these since signed by Beth. So if you have not heard this record, do yourself a favour. Like, seriously, do yourself a favour. And there's a print, which I also had signed by Du Blonde. I mean, quite honestly, if it's not nailed down, I've got Beth to sign it. Do you know what I mean? There's a postcard. There's a lyric book with lots of nice photos and bits in there. There's my favourite one. My favourite one is Blame. Love Blame. There we go. Hold on. The lyrics to Blame. And actually, because I support her on Patreon, on all her videos for the last year or two, my name's in the credits. I'm not happy about that. And last but not least, probably the most special part of this release is this limited edition 7-inch single featuring live wire and message deleted. It's great, and it comes on a cute pink vinyl. It was originally meant to be black due to time restraints, and then ended up getting pushed slightly, I think. There was time anyway, and she changed the colour variant on it, so we got a pink one. And I just think that is an epic set. It's an epic set, and I feel so blessed that Beth took the time to sign that, and many others for me. She's awesome, so check her out. And also, my t-shirt is Courtney Dixon, who I saw not long back on her own headline tour, but she also plays with Beth in Do Blonde, and they are touring with Skunk Anansie and Garbage. By the time you see this video, it will probably be all done. But yeah, so Courtney Dixon and Do Blonde, check them out, they're both amazing. Now this brings me to my final part of the video. Now I don't normally like to edit my videos, but I think if I don't put a cut in here, it's going to seem quite clunky with what I'm going to show you. So I shall put an edit in and continue. And I am back. Now, following on from Do Blonde, I had that album which I love, Framed. Dun dun dun. I use a Framers in Briery Hill, and they do all my frames for me, and they're amazing. So the next one I have to show you is Do Blonde's previous album, Homecoming. And I had this made up for it, which I love. It's 2 of, I think, 6 variants she did, the pink one and the white one. And I liked that because the sleeves were alternate and the inner sleeve was different on the white version, and the hot pink record contrasting with the white record. And I just think it's amazing. It's an amazing album, it's amazing artwork, and I love this frame. The Sex Pistols. And I got all these signed in person by myself on different occasions. Johnny Rotten, Glenn Matlock, Paul Cook and Steve Jones. Don't think Steve really wanted to sign it, but I got half a signature from Steve. But he did, and I just loved the pink variant version. It's obviously not an original, it's a reissue of a reissue of a reissue, but I just think it looks banging. Satanic Rites of the Wildhearts, one of my favourites. Awesome album, new lineup completely. But I love the artwork for this because it hails back to their first album, Earth versus the Wildhearts, and I just think yeah, it's a beautiful piece to have framed. What I have now is my first release that I bought of the Wildhearts. Ironically, I bought the CD at the time, so I wasn't collecting vinyl. But I've since got the vinyl and framed my first ever Wildhearts purchase, which was TV Tan. It's a pizza disc. It's a pizza disc. My records fell down. That's good, isn't it? Oh, there we go. It's a pizza disc, and it's got all sorts of lovely toppings: condoms, spiders, beer balls, razor blades. Yeah. And that there is the promo shot for that single, which I hunted down, and I got it all signed and framed. The last framed piece is Wednesday 13. Dun, dun, dun. I love that artwork. I think it's amazing. So I framed it because the artwork for the CD was different to the artwork for the vinyl. And there was 3 vinyl variants of this, and I ended up with 2 variants of 2 copies of this variant. So I have framed one of them with VIP passes and signed shots of the man himself. and very proud of that piece, very proud. And finally, my last piece, which I absolutely adore, is it's a photo I took and had printed onto a 16 squared canvas and signed by Ginger and the entire Sinners band. I was working with them the day it actually arrived in the post, so I took it with me and they kindly signed it. Even Nick signed it. He's kind of here. He's kind of here. I missed him out. But Neil, Shane, Ginger and Nick signed by Ginger the Wildhearts Sinners. Ginger the Wildhearts? Ginger and the Sinners. Ginger Wildheart and the Sinners. That's it. So that brings me to the end. I've really enjoyed doing this video and sharing a few of my loves with you. A few recommendations for you. Definitely check out Sniff More Gritty and also Homecoming by De Blonde. That's one of them. Definitely check her out, she's amazing. Also check out Courtney Dixon. She's got, I always forget the name of it, Hazard a Guess. She's brilliant, check her out too. Gilby Clarke, check out Pawn Shop Guitars. If you haven't heard Pawn Shop Guitars, where have you been for the last 30 years? 25 years? Ashnikko, check out Ashnikko, she's amazing. And last but not least, check out the Wildhearts. Any Wildhearts. The last album's amazing, the first album's amazing, and every album in between's amazing. I probably wouldn't start with Endless Name, it's an acquired taste. But yeah, definitely check out the Wildhearts, they're awesome. They're my favourite band, so I'm biased anyway. But there's a reason I'm biased, is because they're so damn good. So check out their different albums and incarnations, and leave in the comments any feedback, your thoughts, your likes, your dislikes, anything you recommend, anything you'd like me to chat about, let me know. Please like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm still getting used to it, and catch you next time.